Hey there, and welcome back to Tim Talks Cooking. Today we are talking Keto 101 salad prep for the week. What I'm going to do in this video is show you how to wash and prepare your vegetables, how to remove the pesticides from nearly every vegetable that you buy, whether it's organic or not, and how to prepare them and store them so that you can have delicious salads all week long that aren't awful, especially by the end of the week where you're thinking, do I want to eat that? No, this is not going to happen to you if you prepare these vegetables right, and I'm going to show you how. Let's get started. Many of the ideas in today's video are from Emily Honeycutt. She has a website, www.emilyhoneycutt.com. She wrote an article that was published on December 1st of 2017 called How to Wash Vegetables and Fruits to Remove Pesticides. You'll find it at the Food Revolution Network at www.foodrevolution.org. I'll put links to both in my description. Anyway, as you can see here, I've got a whole table full of fresh vegetables that I bought at the produce department in my grocery store. Some of them look a little better than others. I got some discount jalapeno peppers here. You can see they're a little ugly. We're going to make some delicious food with those though. And for example, my spring onions, my green onions here, they're a little raggedy looking, but that's okay. We're going to trim them up and make them just fine. Otherwise, I've got some spinach, some Brussels sprouts, some lettuces, cauliflower, some peppers, some tomatoes, cabbage, broccoli. And I'm going to show you how to wash them all very simply in a way that, at least according to Emily Honeycutt, and I believe her, is going to remove almost 100% of any pesticides that are on these. And of course, this is of interest to you as well, even if you're using organic vegetables. Start off with a sink full of water. Here I've used 6 gallons of water, and I know that because my sink is 10 gallons and this is just a little bit over halfway. And I'm going to add in 8 ounces of baking soda. You want to use about a 1 to 100 ratio of baking soda to water. Here this is 768 ounces of water, and I've used 8 ounces of baking soda. You can see that kind of works out. I've used a little more than I need perhaps. We're going to give that a swish. Make sure the baking soda starts to get dissolved in there. And now all we have to do is place our vegetables in this water and let them soak for a little while. So here I'm going to continue to add more vegetables until the sink is pretty full. Once we've loaded up the sink with these big vegetables, we're going to let them soak. After 15 minutes, I'm going to let the water drain out. I'm going to replace the plug in the drain with a strainer. And when the water drains out, I'm going to rinse them with some cold water, and then I'm going to put them on a towel to dry. Once you've sprayed everything off, you can just remove them to a towel to dry them. I've really got a lot of vegetables here. I made a big haul at the grocery store for these. And so I'm going to prepare another sink full of baking soda solution for what's left. While the sink's filling up, I'll just add my lettuces. Here I've got Brussels sprouts. And we're going to fill this up fairly high in the sink and let those soak for 15 minutes as well. While I'm waiting for that second batch to finish soaking, I'm just going to towel dry the vegetables that I've got cleaned off here. And yeah, it takes a little bit of time to dry off each individual stalk of celery, but it's really not a problem. Now, you may be thinking, why go through all of this, buy a head of lettuce instead of just get the stuff on the shelf that's already washed and that's in one of those great little plastic containers that you just pop open and make a salad out of, or just put it in a bowl with some salad dressing on it. You can do that. Here, this is 1 pound of romaine lettuce, and it costs $1.25. If you buy the same quantity of salad that's already washed and prepared, it can cost you upwards of $5, $6. This is really the way to go. Not only that, you wash this yourself. You know it's clean and you know it's good to use. So let me just show you what I do with this. It doesn't matter really which head of lettuce we use. First I'm going to cut the end of it off. I've been cutting through the lettuce to cut it into bite-sized salad chunks. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to put it in my salad spinner Because what I want to do next with this, as well as the other kind of lettuce, and the Brussels sprouts, is to dry them off as much as possible. This is going to keep the longest and be the freshest, the more we can dry it out. Anyway, I'm going to just attach the lid to my salad spinner, give it a good spin. And now our lettuce has been dried. Look at all the water that we had on there. That is now gone. Next step, let's store it. I've got a gallon-sized bag that snaps closed at the top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spun lettuce out, my dry lettuce, as dry as it gets. It still has a little moisture in it. And I'm going to put it in a folded paper towel. This is about 1.5 or 2 paper towels. I'm going to fold it into that, and I'm going to stick it in there, just like this. And I'm going to leave the paper towel in there because it will absorb some of the residual water, and it will keep this from getting all icky and slimy. I'm going to dump the rest of this in there. I'll play the same role for that. I'm also going to, this will surprise you, I'm going to pierce the bag so that it's vented a little bit. We don't want this to be sealed in an airtight, wet environment. Not good for it. Anyway, here we go. Now we've got romaine lettuce ready for a salad anytime. No fuss, no muss. I'm going to do the same thing with this red leaf lettuce. I'm also going to dry off the Brussels sprouts, but you don't really need to watch that. To prepare cucumber for salads, first you cut off either end. The ends are a little bitter sometimes. You want to just put those in your compost. I like to make them colorful, and I like to eat the peel too. The peel has a lot of nutrients. I like to just give them a little bit of a trim to make them look kind of chic. There we go. And then we want to slice it in half lengthwise to expose the seeds. We don't want these seeds. These are all wet. They don't have much of a taste. There's really not much going on there. We're getting rid of these with a spoon. Let me just show you. You take a teaspoon and you just scrape down until you remove them. Just like that. Nothing to it. And then I'm just going to simply cut them in slices like this. And in the fridge, these will keep for at least 3 or 4 days. To prepare the tomatoes for salad, I cut them in half and then I remove the seeds and jelly like this. I just squeeze them out with my fingers. You could use a spoon if you don't want to do it this way. And then I'm going to dice them up and put them in a container and keep them in the refrigerator for whenever I want tomatoes in a salad. As for the cauliflower, I'm not going to use it raw in salads. We eat a lot of cauliflower in this house, mostly in the form of cauliflower rice and or cauliflower pizza crust. And I'm just going to show you how I remove all of the leaves and the stem from this so it's ready to be shredded. You just cut around it like that. Pull all of the leaves off. And it's ready for your food processor. As for the celery, I'm going to line it all up here and cut the end off of all of them at once so that it's easy and more efficient. There we go. That goes into the compost. And the rest, I'm going to save some out, especially the heart, which I think is tender and delicious. Actually, this is kind of rough up here. Let's give that a bit of a chop. Remove anything that's gray or darkening. Here, that is a little bit there too. There we go. Keep that together. That looks, except for that, looks pretty good. Get that off of there. There we go. Now, these right here I'm going to save. Actually, let's put a little bit more over here for the salads. The rest of this here, I'm going to make sure we brush all of the dirt off of that. The rest of it here I'm going to keep in aluminum foil, which is a great way to keep this, once it's clean, in your fridge. I'm going to take it and put it on the shiny side, wrap it up on both ends. Ready for a great keto snack with some cream cheese or a little peanut butter or something like that. The rest, I'm going to cut into small enough bite-sized pieces for salad. These are pretty big, the big ribs. I'm going to cut them down the middle. You cut them to whatever size you personally prefer. This is pretty good for me right here. And then I'm just going to give them a rough chop. Just slice through them like this. This will also go in a container that will go in the fridge. And so whenever I want to make a salad for, say, lunch to take to work, or for Carl to take to work, or when I come home from my job and I don't want to cook, I've always got something really great as a go-to, and that's to start off with a really nice chopped vegetable salad of some sort. For the bell peppers, I'm going to slice off the top, turn it around and slice off the bottom. And then, as you know, it has these chambers, it's got veins and a ball of seeds in there. We're just going to cut that out, like so. Goes into the compost. I'm going to open it up. And then you can see if we got a rib, like right here where it's a big white rib, we're just going to slice that out of there and discard it. As for this part, I'm going to cut it into a few sections. I like this pretty small for a salad. I'm going to cut it into strips. And then, like this, half-inch dice or so. And there we go. I'm going to continue until I've finished this and the other two peppers. I've got a green one and a red one. And here we go into our container. You can see these beautiful peppers here. They're just lovely. It's great to have these on hand. And you know what? You can use them in cooked dishes. You don't have to use them all in salads. Now, as for the broccoli, you will notice it always has kind of a dried up stem end. I'm going to cut that off about half an inch or so up there. Compost that. It's a little icky on the outside, but we want to eat this stem. It's actually delicious. We're going to peel it to do that. But first I'm going to cut off the flowerets, and I'm going to save them in a container where I'm going to keep the flowerets. I could use them for a salad or for a really quick side dish, microwave them for about 5 minutes with a little lemon juice and some salt. To prepare the stems, let's get all of that off of there. To prepare the stems, we can use a vegetable peeler to peel them. I'm going to peel them down to where it's more or less a light whitish green. And then here we just simply slice it. After slicing off the root ends and trimming the other end of the green onions, I slice them on the diagonal like this. Once dried, the cabbage and the jalapeno peppers, I'm just going to put them in gallon-sized bags and put them in the refrigerator until I need them. Now in about an hour, this is what I was able to make for the week. Here not only do I have spring onions, I've got chopped celery, I've got lots of chopped peppers, we've got cucumbers that are ready to go for a salad, we've got some chopped tomato, I've got Brussels sprouts. I actually have plans for these. This is 2 pounds. I've got 2 different recipes I want to make. Got some cabbage for whatever we want cabbage for. Broccoli ready to go for raw or for cooked. We've got lettuce ready for a salad. We've got jalapenos for lots of things, especially poppers. I'm thinking that's what's going to happen to these. As well as, do not forget, all of this cauliflower rice I made from those 2 heads of cauliflower, and not ever the star of the show really, but some nice celery ready for snacks or for whatever dish we want to make with celery later on. This is going to make my week so much easier. You can hear my microwave in the background. I'm cooking up that cauliflower rice to get ready to make some pizza crust. Let me just show you how quick and easy it is to make a couple of salads that will knock your socks off with the ingredients I just made and with some other ones that were already ready in my fridge. Use both kinds of lettuce, a nice handful of each, and make a nice dinner-sized salad. I'm going to be having this for lunch. A little tomato on that. Some nice cucumber. little celery. Some colorful peppers. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm also going to use some sliced Korean sauna eggs I have ready over here. Some bacon bits I've already prepared. Break them apart. And how about just to top it off, a little cheddar cheese, but I'm not done yet. I'm not quite done. Got some nice sliced green onions for the top. And the kicker, my favorite part, I think everybody's, is a little sugar-free ranch dressing. We're just going to put that all over. And that, my friends, is lunch in 2 shakes. What do you think of that? Well, all right, now that was a lot of prep, and we got it all done in about an hour, hour and 10 minutes. Really not much more than that. Just a little effort. We've got beautifully washed vegetables that are ready to go. You saw how fast it was to make a salad. That's really a good thing when you come home from work and you don't want to cook. Bam, you got it ready right now. Just a few things that you've made ahead. Really a good idea, I think. Anyway, listen, thanks so much for joining us here today at Tim Talks Cooking. I hope before you go that you will like, share, comment, and especially subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel grow, and it helps you find my videos. We'll catch you next time at Tim Talks Cooking.